something else that's new to 11 of these St. Louis Blues who've never been to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Overtime. Jay McClement matched up against the Sedins, won the draw, and he moves in. Alex Steen has 7 shots on goal in the game. There's another one, and this time it's stopped by Roberto Luongo, and he'll hang on.
And a wise task in overtime, throw everything to the net. And you just never know what kind of bounce. We've seen some crazy bounces go the way of the Canucks around Roberto Luongo. And I'm sure Andy Murray has one simple message. When in doubt, throw it at the net, look for traffic, and try to make something happen.
McClement knocked down, but he won the draw to Roman Polak. Along the boards, Henrik Sedin with Daniel Sedin and Alex Burrows fighting for the puck. Brad Winchester there for St. Louis. Daniel gets the puck up. Here's Henrik Sedin advancing it for Burrows to chase after Barrett Jackman, who got back. Protected the puck and starts out. Jackman has played more than any other Blue. He was turned back at the blue line. Here's a chance for Burrows, and he misfired off his stick. Henrik Sedin set him up, and it was just about over on a glorious chance. Long shot in by Jay McClement. And Roberto Luongo stops that and hangs on so we can go back and look at how Burrows just about finished it.
On a really tough shot for Burrows, where here's the turnover. And Henrik has to get a puck up in the air, and maybe that affects the landing. And I think for Burrows, he's got to be much more stationary. He got drifting there and didn't get everything on it.
Here's Brad Boyes with a shot. That's his 6th of the game, and he's stopped by Roberto Luongo after Keith Tkachuk won the faceoff.
Another example of them just trying to get some rebounds. We talked earlier, as did Kelly and Mike, about keeping it down on Luongo. That's what early in this series they were doing, throwing it up high. Luongo's so good at controlling the rebounds. Got to get back to the way they scored the goals, down low.
Kessler wins the draw back for Willie Mitchell, hounded by TJ Oshie. Pass ahead to Yannick Hansen. Main center dumps the puck in. Tripped up. Carlo Koliakovo back to the puck. Brad Boyes along the boards with Oshie and Tkachuk trying to come out of their own zone and can't. Now Carlo Koliakovo will get them to center. Tkachuk to an open side. Oshie's after the puck. Edler's after Oshie. Tkachuk came in and knocked Edler down, and the puck came loose in behind the net. Oshie's after it. Got a body on top of him. That's Edler. Yannick Hansen can't get the puck out. He's holding on to the stick of Koliakovo and wants a penalty to be called. Here's a chance for Kessler. This is a 3-on-1. Drop pass to Hansen. He shoots. He hit the post. Dimitra on the other side tapped his stick. He wanted the puck. Here comes Andy McDonald streaking in on Bieksa. McDonald can't get a shot. And the puck is knocked away into the slot. Held in by David Backes. Here's a chance for Carrell to center. Knocked away by Ryan Kessler. Back to the blue line, and Jay McKee on the other side. Wojciechowski keeps the puck in deep. David Carrell has been dangerously all around the net tonight. To David Backes, and the puck is chopped away by Kevin Bieksa. Not cleared. McKee held the puck in. Hansen couldn't get it out, but Mason Raymond did. Wojciechowski shoots it back in. Terrific chances, both ends in overtime so far. The Canucks have had a couple of them. Shane O'Brien with a long outlet to center. Mason Raymond in on Roman Polak, trying to drive wide against him. Alex Steen gets the puck. Keith Tkachuk to the open man. That's Barrett Jackman. On the other side, there's a long shot that Roberto Luongo stopped off the stick of Alex Steen.
Already 2 odd-man rushes for the Vancouver Canucks early in this overtime. This one, Koliakovo gets tied up down deep in the zone. And quick transition, good heads-up play by Edler to Kessler, and then the drop shot. And this is just a half an inch from ending this hockey game. And a nice, quick wrister goes off the post and out.
Koliakovo wanted a penalty call because the stick was held. Blues win the face-off. Dan Heino stands as he tried to get the puck to the net, and the Sedin start out. Henrik Sedin to Alex Burrows, wide on Polak, shoots. Mason makes the save, knocked his mask off. They'll have to stop playing. Burrows with a hot shot off the left wing. Snap the snaps of Chris Mason's mask.
Oh, maybe trying to see if he can get Burrows, or rather Mason, going down. So wasting one from the outside, and this one just kept rising. And for Mason, I don't even think he expected it to hit him where it did.
Might have come off this stick.
I don't think so.
It didn't.
It was just a good, hot, high riser.
The ensuing face-off in the St. Louis end. And McClement won it from Henrik Sedin. Here's Dan Heino to Shane McClement. Alex Steen getting lots of ice time here, playing on a couple of different lines, and he's in after the puck again. Battling with Olin and Henrik Sedin. McClement in to help out. He's got Oshie with it. Tried to sweep the puck to the front of the net. Burrows takes it away. Daniel Sedin. Henrik Sedin. Burrows drives the net. Tipped the puck. Mason got a piece of that. Burrows, remember, had an earlier tip in on a high shot, and he just about got another one. Battles along the boards, punched at by Barrett Jackman. Polak against Henrik Sedin. Back to help out is Alex Steen. Daniel Sedin gets the puck. Burrows in the slot. Tkachuk stepped in front and took the puck away. 2-on-2. TJ Oshie dumps the puck in and turns the defenseman Alex Edler. Stays right on him. And they'll battle for the puck. Edler can't get the puck by Keith Tkachuk. Oshie to Tkachuk. David Perron has come in to help out. 1-on-2. He won the battle. Tkachuk kicks off. Perron trying to make some moves and get the puck in front. And he does get it out front, but Tkachuk was down. Luongo's knocked back into his own net. Bernier dumps the puck in. There's action everywhere. Bernier gets the puck in deep in his check. And the Blues, Andy McDonald comes back for the puck. Already Perron is way out in front of him. The pass to Jay McKee up on the rush. His long shot is deflected wide of the net. Backus is after the loose puck. Canucks get back to get it. Perron won't let it out. Made a nice play along the boards. David Backus working against Kyle Wellwood. Perron takes the shot. Luongo makes the save. And Perron trying to get to the net for a rebound is taken down by Bieksa.
Jim, the kids have finally arrived in this series. From TJ Oshie on his forecheck to David Perron. Look at this inside-outside move. Quick release, and Roberto Luongo had to use every inch of his body to stay up enough on that one to get his shoulder and then hold on. But David Perron showing why the St. Louis Blues think he's a real keeper.
Blues make the last change here. Tkachuk, Oshie, and Brad Boyes come on. Ryan Kesler will take the face-off against Keith Tkachuk. Kesler got the draw to the boards. Oshie is there. Carlo Koliakovo slides into the middle. Weak backhander, hit a skate in front. Knocked away from Keith Tkachuk. 3-on-3 up to center. Dimitra dumps the puck in. The speedy Hansen goes in after it. Kesler follows. Missed the net by a mile. Olin against Oshie, and Oshie got the puck out. Ossie Vannanen is back. Keith Tkachuk right on it. Matthias Olin in the air to center. Weaver can't stop the puck. Koliakovo's back, and Kessler's right on him. Mike Weaver. An outlet to Jane McClement. He's got Boyes or Steen make that, streaking into the right wing. Another shot from Steen, and another save from Luongo as Winchester and Burrows went to the end boards together.
Well, you have to wonder, with so much action going on here end to end, which team ends up getting the fatigue factor. I mean, for the St. Louis Blues, I guess there is that element that it's now or never to try to stay alive. But I would say, Jim, they don't have as deep a bench as Alain Vigneault has to deal with as overtime continues.
For both teams, it's been pretty much a three-line game since the first period. Blues get the draw. Winchester gets the puck. He's got Steen with him. McClement's in front of the net. Winchester. Now Steen into the battle with Ryan Johnson. Steen comes out of the scrum with the puck. Barrett Jackman, his stick broke, but the puck got to the net. Winchester couldn't get a shot. Mitchell had him held up, and the outlet pass went by Henrik Sedin. Now he's in a race for it with Roman Polak, who got there first and beat Henrik Sedin to get the icing call. Ryan Johnson's been terrific on faceoffs tonight. He's up against Andy McDonald on this one. 22-5 in the last two games for Ryan Johnson. McDonald uses his body, gets the draw. Polak takes the shot, the rebound, cleared away by Alex Edler. Another low shot, another rebound off Roberto Luongo. Alex Edler was there to clear it. Now he moves the puck up the boards to center, out of the reach of Barrett Jackman. Hustling after the puck is Alex Burrows against Polak. Burrows got there first. Henrik Sedin follows. Daniels in behind the net, but the Blues work to get the puck back. McDonald couldn't get it out. Held in by Burrows. He spins his backhand shot. Henrik Sedin's after the puck, and it'll be a penalty on the play.
Now the
Canucks are going to be penalized.
St. Louis Blues, their power play has struggled so mightily. Daniel Sedin created that chance, and I think he was going to let the play go. For Mark Jeanette, when the play ended up going back towards the St. Louis Blue net. Daniel gets the hook. Here's the play in the middle of the ice, just in the hand area, and that sends Barrett Jackman down. And I think the fact that he was going to let it go, and then all of a sudden the play went back towards the net, figured he better make the call.
So Daniel Sedin is off. This power play that has struggled so mightily all through this series now has a chance to win it. The Blues are 0 for 4 in this game, 1 for 21 in the series, but they'll feel a lot better about their power play if it wins them the game right here. Keith Tkachuk to win the draw. He's out of the power play now with McDonald and Boys. Maybe the best bet to get a screen. Canucks after the puck, can't get it out. Koliakovo pitch down the boards to hold it in. Billy Mitchell's after the puck. Trying to backhand it out. Whacks it up the boards. Mason Raymond there. And he gets it by Koliakovo. Now it's a foot race. And Raymond goes down as Koliakovo goes for the puck. TJ Oshie sent it back the other way to Andy McDonald. Keith Tkachuk. Oshie's in the slot. Boys is in the slot. Back at the blue line. Koliakovo. Boys can't get the one-timer. Looks to the net. Koliakovo. Boys. The one-timer's blocked. Oshie comes after the puck. And Brad Boys. Tkachuk parked in front of Luongo. Boys to the net. A tip. Hit a skate in front of the net. McDonald. That was Oshie's tip. Koliakovo to Brad Boys. Looks to the net. His pass. McDonald on the backhand. Couldn't quite make enough contact. McDonald again. Koliakovo's there. Hard-working Alex Burrows forced the puck out into the neutral zone, and now he's trying to change. Back in comes Brad Boys with a spinner and up. Stopped along the boards and cleared by Kevin Bieksa. More than halfway through the power play, a new unit will come on. Koliakovo buys them some time. Good check along the boards by Kevin Bieksa. Sends the puck down. Mason Raymond right after it. Jeff Woywitka up the boards for David Perron, who came together with Raymond. That allowed the puck to go to Alex Steen. In he comes with David Backes. Driving wide. Stops up. Backes takes over. Perron's in the slot from the blue line. Woywitka. Polak. Into Alex Steen. His pass. Jeff Woywitka shoots. Missed the net with the wrister. Alex Steen now. Perron's in front of the net. Around the outside. Steen to Woywitka. Fakes it. Roman Polak. Woywitka into David Perron towards the net. Wrist shot. Luongo stops it with Backes right there on his doorstep.
And more of the same, Jim, for the St. Louis Blues on their power play. Unable to get to the inside on this penalty kill. Everything to the outside through some traffic, but this one had a chance short side as Roberto Luongo had to try to find it. Earlier on, we saw Brad Boys walk off in the little pass to tip to TJ Oshie, and that big foot of Willie Mitchell in the way.
A determined St. Louis team has outshot Vancouver 8-1 in overtime so far. 7 seconds left in the power play. Ryan Johnson and Keith Tkachuk in the face-off circle. Johnson wins another one. Edler clears the puck. And that's a big face-off win because Daniel Sedin is set to come back on.
And now the Blues can't get rattled. Yeah, it's another missed opportunity on the power play. But they've been carrying the play for this entire overtime. So you got to keep that confidence level up.
5-on-5 again. There's a shot by Boys that's knocked down. Barrett Jackman to the front of the net and a tip. Put the puck up into the net. Pavel Demitra to take the draw against arrested Jay McClellan. Won the draw. Edler's shot bounces off. Here's Pavel Demitra as Mason made the save. Demitra circles. The crowd forms in front. The centering pass tipped away from Ryan Kessler. Alex Steen out to center to Brad Winchester. Knocked out of the air by Matthias Olin. Yannick Hansen is back for the puck. Demitra for Kessler. Just offside. Trying to go from his backhand to forehand, and Mike Weaver's down on the ice and complaining that he got a stick in the face.
And Jim, we asked for an explanation. We got it. Colin Campbell had said to the coaches during